Has there been any talk about the dangers of conceding late following the Port Vale game?
Yeah. Not just that game, one game. I think the last 3 away games we conceded from set plays. So you can't be a threat in their box and be weak in our box, because the players don't grow 6 inches when they go in their box. So it's a mentality, it's an organisation taking responsibility. So we've been through it as a group, as a learning tool as much as anything. So if it does happen again, we don't want it. If the situation happens again, we don't want the same result. Now sometimes it was a good header, but there was many things that happened before and in it that I think we could have done better, and the players know that as well. They're not stupid. We've watched it back, and we've had a group discussion of how we can solve things.
So you think it's clear to them now then what they've got to do to
yeah, well, ultimately the easiest thing to say is if someone's just go and head the ball. Doesn't matter who you're marking, if it's in your area, go and head it. But there's certain things happened which the players decided, which we decided that wouldn't happen again. So it was a good chat. It wasn't because everyone's disappointed in it, and think the only thing about it is it tars a very good performance.
Are you still seeing the progress in every game that you talked about a couple of months ago?
I think so. I think it's evident now. It's the league position is the league position. We are only 2 points, but since we changed the shape, I think we've lost 2 games in 12. 11 points in 6 games in the league. So there are signs of progress, but we haven't pulled away into mid-table. Now the other teams at the bottom they've improved as well. So the group's got bigger now, whereas at one point when we played Notts County, it looked like there was a couple of teams adrift, 2 or 3 teams adrift. Well, now the pack's got bigger again, which is better for us, and that's all we can try and do. Is, like I said, we don't want to be looking behind us all the time. We're aware, and we're not just hoping that they're not going to come. We are aware where they are and where we are. But I think if we can keep focusing, we've got 3 tough games coming up over the Christmas period now, so it can't. If we win all 3, great. If we lose 3, it's not doom and gloom. We just keep doing what we're doing, because I think it is showing signs of progress.
Looking forward to this weekend's game, you're unbeaten in 3. Swindon either win narrowly or lose narrowly. Is there a favourite in your mind?
Probably them. Come down from League One last year at home, so I'd imagine they'll be the favourites, but I don't think we've been favourites in many games we've played in this year, particularly since I've been in. So we know what we need to do. We know what they'll offer, what they'll try and deliver, and we'll try and impose ourselves on them and move the ball and move them around and hopefully score more goals than them.
What threat do they offer?
Well, they've got the big lad Adebayo up front, Matty Taylor in the middle of the park, who I know well, who's probably got the best left foot in the league. The career that he's had, good width. So I think they're a good team. You'd say most weeks, they are. I think they are better than what their probably league position suggests. So we know it's going to be a tough game.
You've got a good chunk of fixtures coming up. I think 4 in 11 days. Is squad fitness where it needs to be now to get through that without trouble?
Yeah, I put that to bed a couple of weeks ago about the fitness. I went on about it at the start, and I meant it. It wasn't just a new manager making excuses. I didn't, but I think I actually said this time last week, if we conceded in the 93rd, 94th minute, it's not due to fitness. Now we did, and it wasn't down to fitness. So it's the players are fit. Hopefully we'll have a couple more back in the next couple of weeks as well.
Does it mean another opportunity for more players to get a little bit more game time in that period?
The team will not be the same for the next 5 games, so that could be injury, suspension, form, just being able to play 2 games in 3 days. So that's why you have a squad, and I think the squad has worked in recent weeks. Saturday was last week was a good example of Jonah winning the penalty and Connor coming on and scoring the winning penalty, and then last week Alex came on and affected the game. Jonah came in and scored. So that's what you want. You want competition for places. You don't want to, from my point of view, I don't want to be able to just name the same 11 every week. It needs to be merit based and performance based.
It's just over a month, I think, since a clean sheet was kept in the league. Is that a problem, or are you creating enough that it isn't an issue?
It's always a problem. There's always things you can do to stop goals going in. But I think before that, I think we kept 3 and 3. So we're not shelling 4, 5s and 6s. We're not getting opened up at will. Lots and lots of times Scott's had to make a couple of saves in the last couple of weeks, but that's his job. That's why he's in the team, and don't be surprised when a goalie makes a save. But we're creating lots and lots of chances as well. So yes, try and keep the creativity, obviously, with giving up fewer chances.
Coming to the end of your first calendar year, has any one player stood out for you so far as having put in consistent hard work and got results?
It's tough for me to start singling people out, but I think Ryan Broom's been excellent for me. I think he's played in 2 or 3 different positions, but there's been lots of players that have played lots of minutes and done well. And I think, from my point of view, the group, how they've been willing to listen and learn and work hard and take on new things, because they have had to take on new things, and within that there's been a change of shape within it. So even before the change, there was lots of work going on, and they've never really moaned. They've got on with it, because I think everyone says, oh, they're a good set. I genuinely believe they are a good set of lads, but you don't always want a nice set of lads. That's the key. You've got a good, honest group who are prepared to push each other and demand from each other, and have the respect that when someone tells you to do something, your first response isn't tell them to get lost. It's go, okay, yeah, I'll do that, and then you do that, and I think that's what we're starting to get a little bit more of, more demand from each other rather than just happy or easy osy. Just
finally for me, any injury updates?
Tom Field is a bit worse than what we thought, so he's back at Brentford at the minute. Saw a specialist yesterday, so we're waiting to hear the results on his shoulder. Jacob's been with Chelsea all week. Obviously they want to have a look at him as well. Something's not quite right within that. So Kevin Dawson's back on the grass, so he's a little bit closer. I think that's it.